As a typical Aussie, if someone asked me to name a traditional cross-country commuter, there's really only two names that come to mind. There's the Falcon and then there's the Commodore. Or at least that's been the case for a number of generations now. You see, what's happening, and more so recently, is that this country's automotive industry, it's evolved. And as car buyers, we now have choices that not one of us could have imagined a decade ago. What does this mean? In a word, choice. Vehicle owners can select a car to almost perfectly suit their needs. How does this relate to the Falcon and the Commodore? Well, quite simply, I found an alternative. It's efficient, it's economical, and it's spacious. Oh, and it's a Hyundai, the i40 in fact. Now, John Hughes Hyundai have been kind enough to lend me this little beauty for the day. I should point out there are a number of models in the range. Must have done something right down the car yard, because what they've entrusted me with is the i40 Premium Turbo Diesel. This is one car I do not need to scratch. While we're on the subject, let's have a peek at what that 1.7 litre four-cylinder turbo diesel engine looks like. There she is. That punches out 100 kilowatts of power at 4,000 revs and uses fuel at just 6 litres per 100 kilometres. But I want to talk more about that in a minute. For now, let's not muck around, take it for a spin. While I get up to speed, can I point out that this car has received a 5-star safety rating? And that's out of 5 stars, by the way, which is always nice to hear when you're using it to move the family. To my left here is a 6-speed auto gearbox. Marry that to the 1.7 litre engine, and it's the very reason for that outstanding fuel consumption. Like I said, 6 litres of fuel per 100 kilometres. That's more than 600 kilometres per tank. Driving it is very civilised. At low speeds, the throttle feels quite smooth, almost courteous. But open it up and there's enough poke to confidently overtake. The balance here between power and fuel economy has been well considered by the maker. And although I love a little G-force, my wallet will appreciate the savings. Now, the premium model also comes with a reversing camera and sensors. This is where you'll see the image. Other features include a sunroof, rain-sensing wipers, ventilated sports seats and xenon headlights. There's the usual airbags, 6 speakers stereo, and a trip computer. And the power steering is electronically assisted, which again aids that smooth ride. While I'm in here, something has to be said about all the interior space in this wagon. It's clearly been designed to seat adults comfortably over long distances, which is great to see. But then there's this huge cargo space. Several suitcases, no trouble at all. The Hyundai i40 Premium is part of a new wave of vehicles that offer an alternative to your traditional transport. John Hughes Hyundai has them freshly polished and they're ready to test down at his showroom in Victoria Park. Or to find out more, follow the links from our site. It's zoomtv.com.au. In a nutshell, I think as the car industry continues to evolve over the next decade, this i40 here is a classic example of the number of choices that we're going to have on offer in this country. Imagine what lies ahead. Someone whispered in my ear recently that the next generation of cars simply won't need to be driven at all. They'll drive for you. We'll see.